What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Itchy, and I've got another great unboxing for you. This one is the new and improved Invisible Shield Smudge Proof, which you know I was high on for the iPhone 5, but this time is for the Samsung Galaxy S4. I'm just going to unbox it and show you if there's any differences between this one and the one that you in the unboxing that you saw for my iPhone 5, and I'm going to actually install it on the phone and kind of show you guys, you know, or let you guys know what I think of it actually. So let's unbox it, and it's pretty cut and dry. I purchased this from Best Buy, and they wanted like, I think like $25 or $29, but I bundled it with a case that I really wanted, and it ended up being like 15 bucks. Then I had some Best Buy rewards points, and it ended up being a little less, so I ended up making out pretty good. If you look on the back here, it says now smudge proof, and we've talked about that before. They're actually showing an iPhone here on the back, and what I really like about the smudge proof is that for the most part it's pretty smudge proof. But what I've noticed out of the S4 screen is that that Gorilla Glass 3 is really good at keeping a lot of the smudges down. So I may not actually need a screen protector unless I have direct impact to the screen. So me being safer than sorry, just in case I do decide to sell the device at some point, I said what the hey, and I went ahead and purchased an Invisible Shield. Small price to pay for the money that I could make down the road. Now when you actually open up the box, you get the standard Invisible Shield stuff. You get your spray. So I'm going to take everything out. And this is, again, not the HD or the original. This is the smudge proof, which I really do like. You get your Zag solution, so you can actually wet everything up and apply it. You get an instruction pamphlet, and you get a squeegee, I'm pretty sure. Yes, you get a squeegee that says installation squeegee. You can kind of see it in there. It's kind of funky, but it's there. There you go. And you also get a cleaning cloth, which is really nice. Installation is pretty straightforward. You make sure there's nothing on the screen. You clean it really well, and then you apply it. And you guys will actually see that on camera. You just won't hear me while I do it. I am going to show you though. And just to make sure you don't have any issues, it shows you here, wash your hands, spray the stuff on your hands, peel it back, spray the stuff on the back, apply it to your device, wipe out the bubbles, clean the excess off, and you're done. And that's pretty much how you install it. So I'm going to show you guys that as soon as I actually go through and do it. This is it. You really can't see it, but you can see where it actually starts and stops right around the edge. I'm going to go lather up. I'm going to be getting ready to apply this thing. You will see it on camera, so if you got any questions, please ask. But the first thing you have to do is wash your hands, and I strongly recommend you doing that. So if you've been doing something funky with your hands, do not, and I repeat, do not attempt to apply a screen protector, because it might mess up. And Best Buy, I think, charges an extra $5 to do this, and I was like, no. So stand by, let me go and grab the device, wash my hands, and I will be right back so you can witness me do the install. Alright guys, so check it out. I'm actually going to go ahead and talk to you while I'm applying this. It's really a pretty easy standard install. I'm going to pop the squeegee out. So, I mean, not the squeegee, excuse me, the cleaning cloth out, just so I have it just in case. I've gone ahead and prepped the screen and cleaned it off pretty good. As you can see, there's really probably nothing on it. Hopefully not. I'm going to inspect it one more time up close just to make sure before we go forward with the install. And I like to put it on that because this doesn't collect a lot of dust initially anyway. The next step is to get the actual protector ready. And what I generally like to do is wet the screen down of the device versus doing it the other way around. And this is just my personal preference. Now that I got the screen wet, I will wet my hands. Damn, sorry about that. This thing doesn't have a big base. And I wet my hands pretty good so that I have some of the contents of that container on my fingers. And then I go ahead with the install, and it's generally pretty painless. I put a little on my other hand too, just to make sure that I can have a couple fingers, excuse me, to move around. And do I have that? Did I have that right? I think this is right. So I'm just trying to line everything up. And I'm going to look at it to see if I like that placement. And I would like everything to go over just a hair. All right, I think I've got it. About where I want it to be. Now that looks like crap. Now what we're going to do next, now that I've actually got it on, and I was just one-handing it, but I've done this enough times, it's okay. Next thing I'm going to do is start to work some of these bubbles out, as you can see here, and kind of start to get the final fitment going. And it may take a few passes to get it looking like I want it to look, but I assure you, when it's all said and done, it's gonna look great. So, and all I'm doing now is working bubbles out to get that fitment to look the way that I want it to look. And we're getting pretty close. And that's pretty much all you do, guys, is get it here. Now I did use my phone is off. I should mention, make sure you turn the device off and let it be off for a while you're doing this, after you do this, to make sure if any liquid did seep that it dries out. And I always keep a cloth close to spot dry to make sure that everything is, you know, as usable as possible. But I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna do a few more passes here. I'm gonna get this liquid off of the squeegee, and we got a sensor. Is that a sensor? That's the camera. Cool, perfect lineup. I just wanna make sure that I can see what's fluid and what's not. So it looks like we're about where we need to be. So stand by, guys. I'm going to get close and really fine tune some of these bubbles out, but as you can see, it's pretty much almost there. Let me do a quick wipe off so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Sorry, I bumped the camera. There's a few little bubbles left in it, but not many. And I'm going to get those out here in a second. But the smudge proof has been added, and for the most part, it's a successful install. I don't see any lint. I'm going to tighten this up. The rest of the little small air bubbles will disappear within 12 hours. And that's that. So stand by. So now I've given the S4 time to dry out and let the screen protector adhere a bit. It's actually been on for about 2 hours at this point. So I want to fire it up and make sure that everything is working. But as you can see, the screen protector is on, and there's a few slight blemishes like right there that you really can't tell, that hadn't quite worked themselves out yet. So there's a little bit of air bubbles right there and a little bit of spots, but no lint. So in the next day or so, the rest of these bubbles will be completely gone. I experienced the same thing with my iPhone 5. Smudge proof invisible shield, so I didn't have any issues. And if you look up there, this cover is actually cut pretty decent. It loops right around where the camera should go, then falls under all those proximity sensors, so it doesn't affect any of the movements, and it goes right around that home button, so it fits pretty good. So the moment of truth, we're gonna fire it up and see what happens, and hopefully we get a phone working here in a second. We're gonna see. The hold button long enough? Wait for it. Oh, I heard it do something, felt it do something. Oh, bingo. I know you guys are like, no, he ruined the phone. And it's pretty much that simple. You know, the main thing that I'm going to be concerned with is, do I lose any of the color and vibrancy of this beautiful screen? But so far so good. It doesn't look the same. It's hard to say what it looks like. It looks a little different at this particular time, just based on from the angle that I was viewing. I guess somebody's calling me. Let's see who it is. Or somebody was calling me. All right, cool. So yeah, I didn't lose any quality. If you look here, you can still see those bricks really brisk and really sharp. And I'm getting the phone right up in the camera.
Have a message, sir.
Thank you, Jarvis. So yeah, I mean, it looks still pretty good. Everything functions the way I would expect it to function. There's a little bit of lag and stuff, but I don't think that's because of the screen cover, but maybe it is. Maybe I'm not dragging across yet. So it was just lagging because I couldn't throw it all the way across with my finger. I can almost get there, not without a lot of effort. But in this hand, I can just pull it right off. And there's no issues. And that is my installation of the smudge proof invisible shield for the Samsung Galaxy S4. I think that this will be an outstanding cover for you if you're interested in getting a cover, and I think you won't have any issues, and I think it will do you well if you don't like a lot of fingerprints on your screen. Let me know what you think. Comment, subscribe, ask questions. More reviews coming up soon. Thanks for watching and bearing with me. I'm out. Peace.